Welcome to FluteChats.com, a flute podcast with host Viviana Guzman.
My name is Viviana Guzman, and I'm here at the National Flute Association Convention 2011. And this morning, my special guest is Robert Dick. Welcome, and thank you for coming.
Oh, it's really my pleasure. Thank you.
Yes. I want to ask you first a little bit about your background, just to give a little brief synopsis of your history and how you got to the flute.
Okay. I grew up in New York City. I started to play the flute when I was 8, and I chose the flute. I wanted to play the flute. I came from a very musical family in the classical sense, so it was kind of expected we'd all play an instrument, and I chose the flute, which I heard on the radio. And I thought, that's my sound. Yeah. It was actually a piccolo, not a flute, but who knew at age 6 or 7? And it was in the flute solo in a pop tune that was very, it was number 1 for a while, Rockin' Robin.
Oh, okay.
In the middle of Rockin' Robin, there's this little piccolo solo. And even today, when I hear it, I go straight to heaven.
Oh, that's funny.
And so I went to the High School of Music and Art, and then I went to Yale. And I've always intended to be a musician. I got into creative ways of playing, and when I was 19, I started to write this book called The Other Flute, the dictionary of the possibilities of the flute sound, trying to figure out every sound the flute would make except something that would be damaging. I have gradually evolved into a composer, performer, and improviser, and I play my own music. I teach classical music and do on occasion perform that repertoire, but and I teach at NYU in New York, and I teach graduate students, and the City University of New York Graduate Center, where I teach doctoral students, and I give master classes and tour and play concerts and have little kids, and that's
wonderful.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Tell us a little bit about what your current projects are. What do you have coming up, or what are you doing these days?
Well, what I'm doing these days is trying to get the world to know about and embrace the Glissando head joint.
Wow! Look at that thing.
The Glissando head joint was inspired by the whammy bar on the electric guitar. Remember Jimi Hendrix? Like, ow.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And we flutists had been kind of bumping along through time in a whammyless manner.
That time we got whammed up. Right?
There, you know it. And so with the help of 3 wonderful flute makers, and through a long prototype and gestational process.
And who were those flute makers?
Those makers were Eva Kingma in Holland. She was the first one.
Yeah.
Then Kaspar Becchi in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked with him while I was living there. And lastly, the great Bickford Brannan. And it is Bickford who developed this final design. And so with their help, many prototypes and much patience, as I like to say, through an evolutionary process, we have arrived at intelligent design.
Wow. Well, let's try it. Let's hear it.
So you put the flute up like this. And there are loads and loads and loads of musical possibilities. I think everybody is going to find for themselves what they would like it for. I'm partial to playing the 12-bar blues on it. Things like.
To get one. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That's wonderful.
I feel,
love it.
honored by the spirits that the idea
Came.
Came.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Wonderful. Congratulations. Oh, this is fantastic. So what do you call this thing and where can we get one?
Okay, this is called the Glissando head joint.
Okay.
And you can get it from me in my little company.
Okay.
On the web, you can find us at www.glissando.biz. And of course, you can always reach me at www.robertdick.net. And I'm slowly building a dealer network as well, so there'll also be available flute specialists in Detroit. Is the first dealer to take them, and the Flute Center in New York will have them, and so and that will gradually build. And at the moment, there are about 35 of them out there, and they're all over the world. There are a couple in Japan, there are 2 in Spain, there's 1 in France, there are 3 in Sweden. And
they're very progressive up there.
well, it's a big place in my heart for them. There's 1 in England. There are more in California than any other place. There are 5 in California.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, I responded well, too.
Yes.
And how much does these things cost?
They cost $995.
Oh, that's good. But quite affordable, I think. Yeah.
It is. And it's silver. The head joint is silver. It's a very good head joint per se. And when it's all the way into the flute, one has a normal flute. And then as you pull the flute out, you can make a glissando on every note. So the flute always had another glissando system using the open holes, But that, well, there are places you can do it and places you can't. And also, there is always going to be a major tone color change, which is often desirable. And with the glissando head joint, we don't lose that. We enhance it because you can combine a slide on the keys with the glissando. And then you also have the glissando system where you can do a glissando on every note with your full power sound and your complete dynamic and color range.
Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic. I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Truly. Wow. Pioneer. Maverick.
I'm really deeply grateful to the people who helped me along the way. And one of the things I found in the flute world is that there is an amazing amount of generosity and kindness and people willing to really give you time and really think and give good advice. And I try my best to return that by passing it on to students and other players. And I used to be the young player. Now I'm now I'm the young at heart older player.
Well, wonderful. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I can't wait to stop by at, glissando.biz and pick one up, order one off the web, or try it here at the next convention. Thank you so much, Robert Dick, for joining me this morning.
Well, thank you, Viviana. It was a real pleasure to be here.
My name is Viviana Guzman, and I'm here reporting from the National Flute Association Convention 2011. Bye.
Bye-bye.